Hi friends, I'm Denise. Welcome back to my channel. So if you're like me, you have a bunch of pumpkins sitting up in your house left over from Halloween. We got these from the grocery store with the intent to carve them, but never ended up carving them. And so now you just have these pumpkins and you're thinking, what the heck do I do with this? Well, today I'm here to show you how we can make pumpkin puree and roasted pumpkin seeds out of these whole pumpkins. Grocery store pumpkins will work just fine. So if you're excited to see what you can turn these pumpkins into, follow along. And just a disclaimer, I am new to this. I am by no means an expert in this. This is my first time doing this. So if you want someone who's an expert, I would go check out another video. But if you're up for the challenge, there's a Winnie cameo, that's my cat. If you're up for an adventure, then stick with me and we'll see how this goes together. All right, let's get started. All right, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is clean your pumpkins thoroughly. I just washed all of these so they're nice and clean, and we're gonna go ahead and cut the insides and the tops out of these and save the seeds so that we can roast those later. And in the meantime, while you're doing that, have your oven preheating. I've got mine preheating to 400 degrees because we're gonna put these in the oven to roast after we dice them up. Or not dice, but slice them. Okay, so we're using a recipe from Martha Stewart because how could Martha Stewart lead me astray, right? And the first thing we need to do is cut this pumpkin in half, and I've got a bowl here that I'm gonna save the seeds in. So this is the part where you're gonna realize I don't know what I'm doing, but let's cut this thing. Okay. I don't know how to approach this. I'm just gonna start here. Okay. Start from the top. Cut in. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Hopefully there won't be any ER visits for this video. This is hard. This is harder than it looks. I'm sure like the chefs in the comments are yelling at me right now. That's not how you use a knife. I warned you. I don't know what I'm doing, so. Okay. Oh God. This might be more of a comedy video than a cooking video, I think. Hold on. Time out. Okay, we got the knife out. I'm just gonna cut the other side. Sure. Ooh, this is very satisfying. Uh-oh. Okay. I think we've got her cut. We did it. Oh my God, that was so hard and very dangerous. Use knife skills. I don't have them, but use them. Okay, we're gonna use a large spoon to scoop out the guts. This part I do know how to do, I think. Ugh. That is gross to touch. This is actually why I didn't want to carve these pumpkins, because I hate touching the pumpkin guts, but I'm being brave today. So I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to take out this like stringy stuff here, but it's kind of hard to get out, so I might end up just leaving it. Yeah, we're gonna leave the stringy stuff. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but we'll see how it turns out, right? Here are the seeds I got out of just that one tiny pumpkin, so I can only imagine how many I'm gonna get out of these bigger pumpkins. All right, next we're gonna drizzle it with some olive oil and then just place it cut down to bake. I'm gonna kind of like spread it around with my fingers. I really do not like this texture. I'm not a fan, but here I am. I just didn't want to throw these pumpkins away, you know. There are 4 of them, and I know I can compost them, but I wanted to try eating them because we're gonna try to be more sustainable, and it's good for you, right? Okay, so we're gonna place them down like so. And I think that I watched a video on this. I did do some research. So I think that you're supposed to put them on a sheet with like sides on it, because it's going to create some juices as it cooks, as it steams. So make sure you don't just put it on something flat, because you're going to have juice everywhere and that would be awful to clean up. So let's put these in the oven. We're going to roast them for about 35 to 40 minutes until they're soft. Okay guys, so we've already run into a slight issue with cooking all 4 of these pumpkins. I only have one other dish that has like edges in it and is big enough to fit 2 halves of a pumpkin. So I think I'm only gonna be able to cook the small ones today, and the big ones are just gonna have to wait for another day, or they might just go on the compost. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do the 2 small ones today. I feel like Steve Rogers in one of the Marvel movies where he like splits the log with his hands. If you're a nerd, you'll know what I mean. Anyways, we did it. So again, we're gonna scoop out the seeds. I feel like you are supposed to remove the stringy bits, because on the picture on Martha Stewart's site, it is like totally cleaned out. But this other girl I watched on YouTube who did this, she didn't even scoop out the seeds. She just roasted it with the seeds and everything. So I think it will be okay, but we'll see. Okay, y'all, seed haul. We got so many pumpkin seeds. I actually don't really like pumpkin seeds, but Grace does, so I'm making them for her. True love, true love. Okay, BRB while I look up a recipe on how to cook these. But first, obviously, let me get these ready to roast. If you like getting your hands dirty, this is the cooking project for you. If you don't, sorry. Okay, we're gonna put these in the oven. Okay, so I picked a Martha Stewart recipe for the seeds because, you know, we're on a Martha Stewart day, I guess. And Martha says that all I need to do is rinse the seeds under warm water and the seeds will float to the top of the bowl. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna be so glad when this slimy stuff is gone, because it's gross. Okay, we're rinsing. Oh, don't mind that. Okay, they are kind of floating to the top. There's still some like attached. Also, my bowl is reaching maximum capacity here. So we're gonna strain out these seeds. Is this plastic? I have no idea what that is. There we go. Alright. Another one of these like sprouts. Oh, maybe it's like a bean, a seed that's sprouted inside the pumpkin. That's kind of cool, actually. Okay, now I'm gonna scoop these out with a slotted spoon, according to Martha. So we're supposed to put these on a paper-lined plate or something, and paper towel, I mean, and get them very, very dry before we cook them. I think you're supposed to like let them air dry, but I'm impatient, so I'm not gonna do that. But we'll see how dry we can get them. So we're just gonna dump these babies on here. Okay, so we're gonna blot these a little bit. Oh God, I'm already losing some. Maybe you want to do this on a dish with sides as well. But we're gonna let these dry And in the meantime, check the pumpkin, which is ready to come out. And these are all sticking here, so that's great. So I think I'm supposed to poke them with a fork to see if they're soft. They're not. Let's see if the inside is soft. Nope. It's like a little soft, but not really. So we're gonna keep cooking these. They're also burning a little. Oh God. This is normal. This one's like almost done. I think this one is like flatter, so it's steaming better. This one is not. Okay, I'm gonna give them like 10 more minutes and see what happens. Okay, we're checking the pumpkins again. They do smell really good, I will say that. Let's see. Okay. Softer. I think I could scoop this out probably. The stringy stuff is still attached, so. Okay. Oh God. It's a little well cooked, but I wouldn't say it's burnt yet. I'm gonna call these cooked. Let's check the other ones. Okay. This one's harder. See, these are not getting burnt at all. So maybe the key is actually to cook them in a glass pan, unless you want the like roasted bits, which you might, depending on how you're gonna eat it. But if you're just making pumpkin puree, I would think that you don't want the like dark bits. I'm gonna cook these like, again, another 10-15 minutes. Next up, we're gonna season the pumpkin seeds. Now, you would think that Martha Stewart would tell me how to season them, but she says toss them with spices of your choice. I don't know anything about cooking, really. So I looked up a recipe for crazy good pumpkin seed something, but pumpkin seed seasoning, but I don't have most of the seasonings. So we have salt, we have paprika, we have pepper. We're using these, and onion powder, because it calls for garlic powder, but I don't have garlic powder, I have onion powder. So like similar-ish, it'll be fine, I think, probably. So let's go ahead and mix the pumpkin seeds with the seasonings. And in case you're wondering if the pumpkin seeds are dry, they are not, but yeah, it's 4 o'clock. I got things to do, so let's just roast them as is, and yeah, maybe they'll be a little softer than they're supposed to be, but you know, that's life. I'm not gonna measure because, well, if you hadn't guessed, I'm kind of lazy, so we'll just eyeball it. Some pepper in there, some paprika, some onion powder, and some salt. Gentle. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to add oil to this. Hold on, hold on. Oil. We're adding oil. You're supposed to add it first, but we're adding it now. Also, something's making a noise in my oven. I don't think that's good. All right, here we go. Looks okay. I think it would have been better if I added the oil first and then the seasoning. But here we are. Okay, I gotta check my other pumpkins. This looks promising. Hold on. Look at that. Whoa. Yeah, definitely a lot softer. And not burnt. I think I can mush these. So we're gonna turn the oven down to 350 and roast the pumpkin seeds. It says to spread these on a single layer. I will attempt to follow Martha Stewart's directions here. These better not fall on the bottom of my oven because I'm not getting that out. Okay, 20 to 30 minutes. Let's cook them. Okay, so Martha is not telling me what to do after the pumpkins are cooked. So I think I'm supposed to scoop out the flesh and put it, that's such a, Okay, scoop out the insides and put it in a food processor to like process, and then I'll have pumpkin puree. So I'll double check on the internet to confirm, but I think that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so we have our mostly cool, somewhat burnt pumpkin here. And first, let's see if we can get out any of this stringy stuff now that it's cooked. I'm not sure it really matters. Might just be extra fiber, honestly. But it did come out quite easily, actually. So I think that YouTuber who said scoop it out after you cook it, I think she's onto something because this was way easier. Anywho, let's go ahead and put this in here. Scoop. Oh, and I did look online, and I was correct that you're supposed to scoop it out and just process it, and then you have pumpkin puree, completely homemade with hardly any effort. Just kidding, with a lot of effort. But it feels good to not waste the pumpkin. Okay, we did it. I'm gonna wash my hands and clean this up, and then we're gonna process this. Okay. And then we just, I think it said like 3 or 4 minutes. Literally nothing is happening. I'm not sure why this isn't processing. Okay, we're gonna have to dump this out. Not toss it, but dump it out. See what's going on with my food processor and try again. Okay guys, we figured out the problem. This is supposed to be in the food processor and it was not. And I just set it aside thinking it was not important. Okay, it should work now. Oh my God. Okay, back in it goes. Cross your fingers for me. Why does this still feel like it's not doing anything? Okay, this is quickly turning into an I don't know how to use a food processor video. So that's interesting. Okay, it's working. 3rd time's the charm. Never give up. Even when your pumpkin puree and food processor try to defeat you, never give up. Okay, here we go. Okay, we've got something resembling puree. I don't know if my pumpkin is too hard or my thing isn't strong enough, but it doesn't seem to be blending it all the way as pureed as I would like. But I'm pretty sure my pumpkin seeds are about to burn, so let's go check those. I'm not sure how long these were actually in there because I got distracted with the whole situation with the food processor, but They seem crispy-ish. Let me see if I can taste one. See, the thing is, I don't eat pumpkin seeds, so I don't know if they're roasted enough or not. They also don't have very much flavor. So I think I would go higher on the seasonings. But they are edible, if that's what you're aiming for. Okay, these are the pictures that Google is showing me. So I'm thinking that these are not roasted enough. So, but they were in there a long time. Maybe we'll just do like 5 more minutes and call it a day while I finish up the pumpkin puree. Okay, this is looking a lot better. I let it just like run for like 2 or 3 minutes. Now we've got pumpkin puree. Let's go ahead and store this. Alright, so this is what I got out of that one pumpkin, and I have 2 other halves to scoop out and blend. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll show you how much I got total. Okay, y'all, here are the pumpkin seeds after cooking for like 10 more minutes. They're a little bit more brown. They're actually pretty good. I think they just need some salt. But otherwise, I like them. So hopefully Grace will be happy with that. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this very interesting journey into how to cook a whole pumpkin. And we did it. We got pumpkin puree, we got pumpkin seeds. My kitchen got demolished along the way. And I learned how to use my food processor as well. So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe it was helpful. There's people out there who know a lot more than I do. But it's exciting that I was able to get so much pumpkin puree out of just those 2 small pumpkins. And I actually feel like I may cook up these 2 big ones. I don't know. I'm not sure, because a part of me is like, oh, well, then I'll never need to buy pumpkin puree again. Like, that's amazing. But also, it was a very arduous process, a very messy process. I think if you'd like to learn from my mistakes, my tips for you would be, 1, well, obviously know how your food processor works. But 2, I would cook them for longer. Make sure they're very, very tender before you start trying to scoop them and blend them. And then I would also just wait to take the seeds out until it's cooked, because it's way easier. So just wait, cook it, and then scoop all the seeds and the stringy, gross parts out. And then, yeah, for the pumpkin seeds, I mean, they probably would have turned out better if I actually let them dry, but time, you know, whatnot. So anyways, that was more successful than I thought it was going to be. And I enjoyed it. Hope you guys had fun. And I will see you all in my next video. Sending you all lots of love. Bye.